There are a lot of new features with ZAM Pro, so we're going to go through them and show you everything that we have added. You can see here now that there are more collectors. You can add as many as you want, and there are more options of time collectors. You just right-click on the collector above, and you can see how you add whichever one you want, and you can have as many as you want and make it resizable so you can either scroll through or see them. You can also right-click in any of these spots here to choose exactly how you want to see things, whether it's just watts per kilogram, or for it to toggle. And then you can also choose whether you want to see miles per hour, kilometers per hour, or to toggle between the two. So you can choose how you see everything here, and you can change the size to whatever size you want. Now, as you go up here to the split screen, we'll come back around to show you how to put in your splits, but that's where you can see it. And then here, our lap buttons are much bigger, as many of you had requested. So you can choose either of these lap options. This is where you can change how ZAM looks. You can change the font. You can change the size of the font. You can change the color. So you just choose which color you want, click on the green check, and it changes to any of these colors. You can also make it transparent, or you can make it a solid background. So you can choose either or here, transparent or solid. Next, you will see the timer screen, same as before. You can put in a timer to start the timer, especially before a race. And now we're going to go to the screen to put in, also there's a pause. There's auto pause, and once you start, you will also have the option to pause. As many of you wanted, you can now pause. Now as we go here to the configuration screen, this front screen is the same as it was before. And you can see here if you're de-essing somebody or watching someone, you'll see there's Swift ID there. And so you can add other users other than yourself. So if you de-ess, you can add people. Here's a split screen, and you can choose to have it show you the splits, or you can put in custom splits, so you can edit it and then put in each time that you want. So if you have it per kilometer or per mile, you just click on it and you can change the actual time for each distance that you want. So if you have it per kilometer, every kilometer time. So if you have custom goals on a hilly course, such as Yorkshire or New York, you can put in exactly which split time you want and save it, so that way you know exactly what your goal time is while you're racing. I was kind of playing around with it here, and it kept telling me that I had to save it. So we can get a little bit more into this later and adding custom splits, but this is actually really great on hilly courses. So that way you don't have to just have a generic time. And here is our lap screen, which is pretty much the same as before, how you can choose whenever you do laps, whether you want it to lap by a certain place. This is our hotkey button, which many of you wanted, so you can just edit and choose exactly which hotkey you wanted. Just remember that ZAM needs to be the focus for the hotkey to work, not Zwift. So make sure that ZAM is the focus so your hotkeys will work. And then we're going to go into the advanced screen, where if you do DS, you can now put somebody's Swift ID in to choose them. So you're not just choosing by heart rate, You can put in their Zwift ID. It'll pop up right here in this box, and you choose them, and that way you can save a user. So if you DS somebody frequently, you can have them. And then, as you can see, again, you can resize it to whatever size you want. And then once you hit stop, your recap screen is going to come up just as before, and you can click the email button at the bottom, and it will email you the ride recap. Enjoy.